Hello everyone, this video is about how not to assemble a 3D printer frame, or how not paying attention to squaring and aligning parts properly will lead to bad results. A tale of hubris. Okay, since everything else has utterly failed, I'm going to assemble this using following instructions. Let's go to the pre-flight check. I did it. We should be good. Build helper for Z-axis. Have one of those. Must be 106 millimeters plus and plus minus half millimeter. 10. Yeah, it's a little bit on the short side. Actually, I am surprised how not terrible my printer is. I'm not gonna touch mounts for now, because as experience has shown, assembling frame is a kind of a big deal for me. Yeah, that printer has been waiting for this for a while, so I'm not gonna touch it for now. So here, it is difficult. I can attest to that from all of the previous failed attempts. So let's go to the step 1. Insert T-nuts. I have slightly different T-nuts. They're lighter. The only problem is I don't know which way they should go, so it's kind of like there. So instead of having like a chunk of metal here, they just have thread punched in, and there's a little bit of metal that. Just for consistency purposes, I'm going to keep the smooth part on top. How to tighten the screws. We'll start with the middle one and then go around. For step 3, we're actually going to tighten things. So 370 millimeter. 370. Okay, this is one of the 370 millimeter ones. So we're taking the extrusions on the side like this. Two T-nuts go on each side. Take 2 plates. And 2 bolts go for each T-nut, like that. So I finished the step. Okay, make sure that you're working on a flat and level surface. That seems to be the case. Take the joining plate and hold it against the extrusion. We'll use it to aid the alignment of the first joining plate. So it's sort of like removing this on its side, and I'm pressing it from the top and from the side like this. So yeah, I will have to use my thumb to kind of press on it forward and at the top at the same time. Then check that the plate is flush. Okay, so let's try and do this. This plate is kind of flush, and then I'm applying just a tiny bit of pressure so this plate is aligned with it. So let's hope that this is enough. I'm not applying too much pressure because I think my fingers or my wrist is just getting tired, and that does not help things. Okay. Is there a way to check what we've done? This thing is flush here. When I'm dragging my finger and I can't feel the difference, that means we're set this thing up well. I have to do all that on the opposite side. I have to do it with my left hand, and everything is kind of more difficult. Let's hope this has sort of helped me. Okay. This has actually worked. This feels flush. So I guess on the left side, this position, press it against the plate that way, down and left, and hold the plate against this. Okay, so I'm just gonna tighten this thing a tiny bit more. And we will go to the next step. Repeat the steps 3 and 4 on this extrusion. You should now have 2 identical assemblies. Double check that joining plates are flush with the face and the end of each extrusion. This is an important step, as the other steps will rely on the accuracy of this assembly. And I am going to set this thing on the side. Get my hand in the position, gently press everything against everything. Okay. See if this is flush. Yep, I can testify to the fact that this is flush here, this is flush here. So for this one, let's try this, my newly found out maneuver for the non-dominant hand. Feels the same. And then I will do maybe like 1/8 of a turn after this thing is tightened, just to make sure that everything is well tightened. Okay, let's go to the next step. So that was our 370 millimeter. Now let's use 331 millimeter extrusions. These just to make sure. So take one of the 31 millimeter extrusions. So one previously completed extrusion plate, 2 T-nuts, and the T-nuts go into the shorter extrusion. I have to put the shorter extrusion on the wider side in 2 screws. Yeah, so the thing is, this kind of goes like that, so we'll have to assemble this on a bit of an angle. So let's hope that T-nuts don't slide way too far away from where I'm trying to tighten them. Maybe I can use carpentry square as a support. Yeah, and I kind of need to get this right, because right now I can only move the T-nut so far. So I have to get them in the position. They're just grabbing. Okay, now I need to make sure that the corners are square, and this is going to be tough. Take your time with this step. It will be a reference for the rest of the assembly. Cool. Third hand might be useful. Ask someone to help if possible. Great. Make sure that you are working on a flat and level surface. That's good. Place assembly vertically as shown. There we go. Using machinist precision square, ensure that the 2 extrusions are perpendicular to each other, like that. Oh, and I need to kind of press this thing in. What I'm gonna try to use is this. Maybe I can just attach this clamp to the edge of the table. Oh boy. Okay, that might, I don't need to press it hard, so that might be enough. I'm looking at the third part of the step, and I kind of need to press this thing here at the same time to make sure that this part is square. So yeah, this kind of dicey. Okay, so I'm doing right now is I'm using my 3D printed clamp to just kind of press the whole thing, so this rail gets pressed into this rail and will make everything square. And I'm holding, instead of holding it with the clamp, I'm holding the square here. You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go and buy a clamp. Okay, and I'm back with the clamp. Let's try and do this. So I'm going to loosen this thing a bit. So I'm loosen these. I'm gonna put this like that here. I'm going to get my corner like so, and then I'm also going to clamp it. This is all very precarious. Yeah, this is where I need the third hand. Maybe I can lower my arm a bit like this. Then this thing will actually move this thing a bit like this. Oh, this is so much easier now. Okay, there. Okay, so even surface, I'm pressing it like so, and yeah. Okay, I did it with only 2 clamps, and one of them was 3D printed. Okay, this looks good. I don't see any twisting or anything. This looks not so good. What should I believe? Okay, on the inside it's perfect. On the outside, there are some issues. Okay, let me try this again. Just want to see how this thing went. I mean, this part seems to be fine. Looks even. Okay, let me try to repeat the experiment. Or at least it doesn't like to be easily repeated. Oh, this thing gets twisted so quickly. Okay, let's try this again. I loosened everything. Now I'm aligning everything again. Looks good here, looks good there. Okay. Let's see how this is going to work now. Seems to be slightly better. I mean, all the edges are flush. There is a little bit of play here. Well, let's see what the manuals say. So yeah, if I can secure this on the 2 vertical extrusion. It's definitely square on the inside. It's not as square on the outside, and I guess I can't really do, at this point I can't really do anything about it. I mean, it is also square when I press it down a bit. Okay, let's just go with, I bought this thing, I have the authority now to say when it's square. No, this is really bad. No, this part is not even by any definition. So you'll see that there is some gap here. And that's why everything is bad.